All right. Hello. Oh boy, here we are. Okay. All right. Guys, the lighting is rough. Okay, no. There we go. All right. Hi. This lesson is about computing probabilities. What is probability? It's actually super useful. It's the chance a desired outcome occurs. Chance, often written as a percentage. Okay, so if that a desired outcome will occur. Okay, so for example, if a person randomly selects a marble from the bag below, find the probability that each event given would occur if the marble is returned to the bag each time it is picked. We're going to convert our probability to a percentage. Okay, cool. So it's kind of like a mathematical way of predicting. And again, these words randomly select matter, like putting it back in the bag kind of matters if we're just going to do it like this way. But yeah, it's a mathematical way to describe kind of what is the event of something random happening given like the situation. Okay, I hope that didn't confuse you. Okay, how we do this? We're going to calculate the number of desired possible outcomes. So the thing that you want, how many ways can that occur? Then we're going to calculate the total number of outcomes. So in this situation, what's the total amount that like of all outcomes? And then we're going to divide our number of desired outcomes, so what we want to have happen, by the number of total outcomes. The amount of, any possibility of anything that could happen in the situation. Okay? Then to convert it to a percentage, you are going to multiply the decimal by 100. Okay? We all know percentage means per century. That's why it means per 100. Okay? So let's go back to this problem. So if we want the probability a black marble is picked, well, we want black, right? How many ways can we get a black marble? Just one way, right? So that's the desired divided by, well, what's the total number of ways? Well, you could pick one. There's how many marbles in the bag? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 marbles in the bag. Okay, so that's everything that could happen. You could get any of the 10, but you want just the one black. Okay, and so 1 divided by 10 is 0.1. We multiply that by 100. So to convert to your percentage, we're going to multiply that by 100. And when you do that, you get a 10% chance. Okay, that a black marble will be picked. All right. What's the probability of a white marble not being picked? Okay, so we want anything but a white marble. So that means we could do these squiggle things. So 1, 2, 3, or the black one. So there's 4 ways to get not white. Now, what's the total number of ways? Well, 10. We counted that earlier. There's 10 possibilities. Okay, so what's 4 divided by 10? That equals 0.4. And then if we're going to multiply, we're going to turn it to a percentage, we're going to multiply it by 100, and you're going to get 40% likelihood that a white marble is not picked. All right, let's look at this situation. You roll a 6-sided die. Find the probability that you roll an even number. Ooh. All right, so, well, what do we want? It's a 6-sided die, so we want an even number. So an even number is going to be a 2, a 4, or a 6, right? On a 6-sided dice, 1 through 6, right? So how many ways can we get an even number? 3. Out of total possible outcomes is 6. The numbers 1 through 6. Oh God, sorry you guys, you can't see this. Sorry, so 2, 4, and 6 is what we want, is 3. So there's 3 ways to get an even number. And then there's 6 total possibilities. The numbers 1 through 6, right? So 3 divided by 6 is 0.5. Multiply that by 100, and there's a 50% chance, by 100, you get 50%. There's a 50% chance that you'll get an even number. And again, this doesn't mean that like anything could happen, right? This is just mathematically like a way to kind of summarize the likelihood of something that you want to have happen out of like all of the ways a thing could happen. All right. All right. Let's deal with let's get you started on a problem where perhaps it's not as clear what to do. Okay, and so we'll use our who problem solving strategy. We'll think about what does the question want, what does the question have, and then how you're going to organize your thinking to connect the have to the want, to get the want. Okay, so what's the situation? Your teacher offers you a bag filled with snack-sized candy bars. Wow, how generous of that teacher. Okay, in the bag there are 20 Snickers, 10 Reese's, and 15 Kit Kats. If you randomly select a candy from the bag, what is the probability it would be a Kit Kat or Reese's? All right, so what do you want? We want the probability of, I'll call it K or R. What do we have? Well, we got what? How many? 15 is equal to your K. It's 15 ways to get a Kit Kat, 10 ways to get a Reese's. And then the total would be what? 20, 10, and 15. So what is that? 30 plus 15 is 45. So your total is 45. There's 45 pieces of candy in the bag. Okay? So now it's on you. Organize your thinking using the math that we did earlier to figure out the probability of a Kit Kat or a Reese's. Okay? And maybe you thank your teacher if they ever give you candy. All right. Hope that made sense. And hope you have a good rest of your day. I want to say bye.